Welcome, everyone. Welcome. That sounds a lot better. I can hear myself now. Oh my goodness, Mike. We're at episode 43. It is Hood's Goods coming live and direct. We are at the Toronto Public Library, located on just off Kennedy at the corner of... Yeah, it's 155 bonus. I was just trying to plug them a little bit. So guys, today we got a special interview lined up for everyone. Man, I've known this guy for a couple years now, met him through Nike, and now he's doing his thing on the music scene. So for those of you who maybe don't know the name yet, we're going to introduce everyone to Supreme Solid. But first and foremost, let's take some time. You know what, Mike? Something happened earlier this week. It was really tragic. I don't know if you caught, that guy ran over all those people, man. That was just crazy. So you know what? Let's take some time, a couple minutes just to recognize those who were lost in that tragic, accident. Just wish the best for all the families and friends of those people who tragically lost their lives on that day. Just want to urge people, you know what, guys, if you know someone who is dealing with some mental issues, whatever it may be, some personal problems, guys, don't feel afraid to reach out to those people because, Mike, apparently I heard this guy was mad he didn't get laid. And he decided to take it out on people men and women who he believed was getting laid. Like, that's just crazy, man. But, it's always sad whenever you lose a life like that because, I mean, life is so precious. Life is so amazing. There's so many opportunities we have to do something special with this life. And whenever you hear about people dying like that, it's just a shame. But you know what, Mike? Guess what? We're bypassing the hood talk this week because we're going straight into the interview. So, you know what? We like to call this segment Express Yourself. Because we give our guest the opportunity to express themselves, let people know, hey, what makes them tick? What are they doing right now? Something special they want to promote. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the man right now. So for those of you who know him as Tyrell McLean, a.k.a. Supreme Solid, a.k.a. T-Mac, a.k.a. the number one picker on night shift, a.k.a. All right, I'm all out of AKAs. That's it. That's all I got, man. But first thing, I want to thank you, sir, for coming through. Mike, this guy he's been killing the interviews, man. Like, I got to say, it's always great to see people who are excited about what they're doing and actually taking advantage of their opportunities, man. So first and foremost, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be here,
Well, thank you so much, man. It's always great to see. You know what? Sometimes it's good to see young black men doing something good, man. It's good to see that, you feed off that energy too. Real talk, you know what? We're going to get right into it. You know what, man? I always enjoy hearing about the journey that whether you're a musician, whether you're, whatever you're doing, artwork, whatever it is, I always enjoy hearing about the origin. So where did your journey start? Take me back to when you first realized, hey, I want to do something with music. I want to do something on a bigger stage.
Well, for most musicians, mine started in church.
Oh, yeah. That gospel back. Music, it catches the spirit, man.
Yeah,
it catches the spirit.
Yeah, man. When I was at tender age, I think maybe around 7 or 8, going to church and, every now and then, like when they're doing the offering, I'll go up and sing a song. And then,
nice.
you realize you really like this.
Yeah.
And, it just developed from there and, it just grew with me as I grew.
Mm-hmm. So now, who were some of your influences coming up? Who were some of the artists where you're like, you know what? I like what that guy does. I enjoy listening to his music. And I maybe don't want to copy it exactly, but I want that type of flavor in the music I put together.
All right, catch this now. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, my mom was my first inspiration.
Hey, shout outs to moms, man. Hey.
Big up Mommy G.
Yeah.
Mommy G was my first inspiration because, believe it or not, my mom is a wicked freestyler. Like,
what?
She does dancehall freestyles
nice,
in the gospel form.
I like it.
And she can just rhyme anything with anything.
Yeah.
So I inherited that talent from her.
That's amazing, man.
And when I was small, she would like, make up rhymes and challenge me to make rhymes too. When I was like, 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And we would like just joke around on a Sunday evening and just make rhymes together, and then that's where the talent developed from.
That's an amazing thing.
Man. So she's the first like person to really inspire me truly. Like there was always music out there.
Exactly.
The person to really like make me feel to myself that you can do it.
Yeah. So this
mommy can do it.
So this is really homegrown, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
like
man.
that's an amazing thing, because often it's like I hear musicians, they're like, oh, well, it wasn't like my parents were into it, but some of the music, like, I know for me back home in Trinidad, we used to listen to Sparrow and Kitchener and all these old school calypsonians that my parents weren't, they weren't the ones singing the tunes or making up the music, So it's amazing to hear that your mom actually played an intricate role in developing you as an artist.
Yeah, man.
So now the first track, man. Guys, if you haven't heard this, go out there, listen to it. We're definitely gonna put up the link to it on the page and whatnot. And actually we're gonna close out this episode with the song. But the first track is entitled Troublesome. So now, I always like to know what was in the artist's head when they were putting the song together, when they were putting that album together. So what kind of vibe were you on at that time when you're like, yo, let me just drop this Troublesome track,
I'm driving and a tune just, because sometimes music come to you in different forms.
Of course,
sometimes it'll come to you like you'll just drive past a sign and it'll just pop to you.
Yeah.
And, you just get creative with it, and then ideas start flowing in your mind.
Yeah.
For me, I was driving and, I was listening to the radio, and I think it was some soca playing.
Okay.
And, it's kind of like a soca
vibe,
vibe,
it's got a soca vibe to it, definitely.
And, it just, the word troublesome just came to me, and I'm like, girl, troublesome, because girls, they're in the party, they're giving trouble, and
women, we love you, but sometimes, they
are, all of them, even the one in this room.
Shout out to his wife, Lynn. Thank you for coming and supporting your husband here. That's
Shout
a wonderful thing, man.
It's actually Elaine.
My bad. I caught the last part of it. I thought it was Lynn. I was here.
Just run with it, Lynn.
My bad. Elaine, actually, and that's because my grandmother who recently passed, that was her name. So hey, that's a wonderful thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the video was, I'm guessing, shot in Jamaica, based on what I saw. Okay, so now that was your first ever video shoot for a song that you created?
No, I've actually, if you YouTube me there, I have a lot of videos up on my page.
Oh shoot, my bad.
Like when I met you during that time, I was going through a lot of stuff in my life, so I took a little break off. Music,
okay.
So I took like a 2-year break, and then now this year
you're getting back in the groove, exactly.
So I'm back working, putting out music,
Yeah, well, that's great to hear, because I knew, for those of you who know him through Nike, I knew this man as the number one picker. This man, I used to stay late sometimes. He worked on the midnight shift. I was on afternoons. And all the time I look at T-Mac.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, who is this T-Mac, man? And then so I actually got to put a face to the name, and I was like, yo, how does this dude do it, man? Man. And I know to this day, Kristen you're still in his head, man. You're still in that guy's head.
Yeah,
what up, Kristen?
What up, Kristen? Big
Chaplain
up.
Ford, but you're still,
I
know that man still pushing himself like, yo, I gotta beat T-Mac still, I still gotta beat him.
Yeah,
but,
good,
so how is it, when it comes to making the video, what's your favorite part about it, in terms of, is it the production behind the scenes? Is it the choreography, if you have dancing? Like what excites you most about putting a video together?
I mean, it's all exciting, but the most exciting part for me is like while it's happening, like you get these ideas and you're like, let's try this, and then you see it work, and you're like, that's pretty cool, that's dope, I like that,
So whenever you could see the work in progress,
while you're doing it,
exactly.
Because I'm a kind of in the moment kind of guy. I like to experience things,
Yeah, exactly. But so I was watching the video and I enjoyed it. I gotta say, it brought me back to the club days, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I just saw myself on the wall, posted up, girl in front, popping it and whatnot. So in that video, there's a few honeys in there doing their thing. Now sometimes do you find like when it comes to, you know, music videos, whether it's like rap or, you know, soca, whatever it may be, dancehall, do you find at times maybe we focus too much on the women popping their booties, the women sort of, you know, showing off their curves, that maybe it takes away from you know, showing, you know, from accentuating the intelligent side of the woman, the mind behind the woman?
I mean, there's as an artist, there's a lot of different songs I do, you know.
Yeah.
There's songs I do that, like, you know, I have songs about just my mom, you know, and how great she is and the journey.
Paying respect to her and
to my mom, you know. And I have a song about, like, you know, I have a song called Man in the Mirror, when I'm just reflecting
on yourself,
on myself, and what I'm doing and how I can be better for my wife and my kids and whatever, you know.
That's great.
So it's just like, it's just the topic you choose. Like, for a troublesome topic, that is not a very, like, you know, like, I'm going to use this word, stush. It's not a stush topic. It's more like, it's something like, it's a fun topic. Because girls just want to have fun and just, you know.
Get wild, let yourself go free a little bit. I feel that. Now, the album that you're working on. Now, I know from listening to your interview on HBB. So shout out to them, because they
shout out HBB.
They did a good job. But you know what? I gotta say this, and I mentioned this to I couldn't hear the man sometimes.
You know that I heard that a lot. You know,
man.
The thing is,
I understand.
We didn't have these, so I couldn't know my levels.
Know how you were.
So I was just, you know, going in the mic.
You know, so shout out to HBB, but make sure I want to know what the guest is saying. You know,
true.
I want to make sure that the guest is the center of attention. But you know what? It was a great interview. I learned a lot about what you're doing. So the name of the album is the Intimacy EP.
Yeah. It's the Intimacy EP. You know. It's like, it's compiled of 9 songs, you know, and it's mostly dedicated to the female, you know, to the
Shout
female
out to
fans.
the women out there. Hey, sometimes you got to bring in the women to get the men to follow too, you know?
That's it. You know, and over the years, I don't really do like a lot of, you know, like
a lot of those
bad man tune. Like, you know, I try to
yeah.
stay away from that. That don't really take you nowhere. That just inspire people to be violent.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? It's not good for nobody, really.
So what would you say when you were putting this album together? What's like the collection that people should expect throughout these 9 songs? You know,
I mean, it's just like, you know, it's an intimate journey, especially for the females. You know, it's like, you know, there's a couple of fun songs on there, troublesome gonna be on there, but then there's some more deep songs, like, you know, and it's more laid back, and it's just like, it's a romantic, like, intimate.
That's good.
Little experience for the females.
So now a lot of guys try to be, you know, like that soulful type of singer. That you know, where it's like you can pick up the R&B in it. You can, you know. What would you say is your kind of thing, your niche when it comes to your music? What type of artist do you try to be in terms of your sound, in terms of your message?
I mean, it all depends on the production. When I hear the production, I can tell you off the bat what kind of song I'm going to put on this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm thinking something more like, you know, something more like hard, something more upbeat, and then sometimes it's just more laid back and more chill and more, you know, more subtle lyrics and subliminal stuff in there. You know what I mean?
Just drop a little hint in there.
Like, you know, people got to read between the lines and listen to certain things.
That's good to hear. All right, so now I know you've done performances in the past. I always like to find out, okay, what was, you know, what at the height of your performance, what do you enjoy the most about being on stage, singing to people, connecting with people? What do you enjoy most about that moment?
I mean, the most like uplifting feeling is like when you're an artist that nobody really knows.
Yeah.
And you go out there, and then before you come off the stage, people are singing your songs, and
that's amazing, man.
After you leave the stage, people are like, "Yo, where can I find your songs?" You know, it's a good feeling to see that you connect with people before you get off there. Yeah.
All right. So now I've talked about this in the past. I personally, I'm not a performer like that, but back in the day, I remember I was still in elementary school, and I had some friends. We put together like a little dance thing. Now, at the focal point of the dance, it was me. I was supposed to be doing the running man and all kind of, you know. At the time, that's what was in, right? And I choked. absolutely choked, froze up, like literally stage fright. You could put my picture beside the words, you know. Now, have you ever had a moment where you went up on stage, you were amped up, you're hyped, ready to go, and that moment comes and the lights come on and like Supreme goes off, you know?
No. I've had a moment like that. I think for every performer, no matter how hard you see them try to be,
yeah,
right before you hear your name, when you know it's like you're going on in like 30 seconds and you're about to be introduced, you get that little butterfly right there, you know, and you're like,
yo, the butterflies are good sometimes. It gives you that
you just catch a couple of breaths, and as soon as they say my name and I run out, like it's, you know, it's just
you're just in the zone right away.
In the zone. I'm a different person right there, and I'm just focused on my craft, and that's it.
Okay, so now let's since the name of your track is or the name of your album is Intimacy, let's get a little more intimate. Let's get to know Tyrell McClain, the man behind, you know, the music. So on your in your regular life, you know, what kind of things do you enjoy doing? Like, are you more of a subdued guy? You prefer relaxing at home with the missus, maybe just, you know, enjoying some intimate moments like that? Or are you that guy where you in the club all the time, you just wilding and whatnot up in the back, you know?
I used to be that guy. That, like, you know.
You're kind of relaxed over
I mean, over time you grow and you mature, and you know. You can't be the same person you were 10 years ago.
Of course.
You're not making no progress.
Or else you're not growing, man.
You're not growing. So, you know, over time, like, you know, life changes and you just evolve. You evolve as a musician. You evolve as a father. You evolve as a husband. You know, as a person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? As a son, like, you know, I gotta be better for my mom. I gotta be better for her, my wife. I gotta be better for my kids. I gotta be better. You know what I mean? In every way.
Yeah.
I gotta be a better man for me, because, you know, I want to be able to like reflect back on like this year and be like, yeah, I'm proud of what I did.
Yeah, exactly. The things
you know,
achieved.
you gotta be proud of you. You gotta do some things for you.
Of course. So now, at the end of your life, let's fast forward, you know, 40, 50 years down the line. What do you want people to remember most about you in terms of the life you led? The, you know, whatever the music that you made. What do you want people, you know, that lasting image to be of you?
I've actually never thought that far.
Well, you see, sometimes I got to give you a curveball here and there, man.
I like to, like, you know,
enjoy the moment.
I like
right?
to, I'm in the moment, guy. I like to live the moment and make the best of that moment. Like, you know, like I can't predict. You know what's gonna
happen in the future.
But I can hope that, like, you know, I have a good impact on people, both musically and as a person. And when I'm like, you know, I'm not around anymore, they can reflect back and be like, yo, this guy was, you know, he was a funny guy.
Yeah.
He was a good guy to hang out with. He was a good guy to be around. He was a good dad. He was a good husband. You know, I want to make people not just one of those things when, you know, some guys are like a real jerk, and then when they pass, everybody has good things to say about them. I want it to be genuinely true.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He was actually that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So he practiced what he preached as well, you know?
Yeah, I want the people who cross my path to, I want to rub off good things on them.
Have a positive, lasting image. Exactly. Yeah. That's definitely a good thing, man. So now, in this day and age, you know, being a black artist, sometimes, you know, just being black at times, there are some negative stereotypes that come with it. People expect maybe this out of you, this, you know, if you grew up in the ghetto or the hood, you're supposed to be this type of guy. Do you find those sort of stereotypes sometimes, you know, maybe paint the wrong picture about you as an individual? Or do you usually try to counter those by what you preach, what you promote out there to the public?
I mean, yeah, I try to, like, you know, I don't really, I'm from hardship, you know, like real hardship. Like I like some sufferation, like that some artists sing about. I actually suffered and lived it. You know what I mean? I had, like, there was a tough times in my childhood that I can flash back on, and, you know, I've come a long way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Me, my mom, and my little brother, and, you know, for where I'm at now, for some random person to be like, oh, blah blah, they don't like a black guy.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't bother me. I've seen real problems.
You've been
like
there, done that.
Racism, it's real and it affects a lot of people around the world. But I don't let it get to me because I've faced like real hardship.
Yeah.
Things too tough to make somebody's opinion of me like bring me down.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? So it's like I just overlook it and I just continue doing what I do. And a lot of people, like when they meet me, for instance, somebody will meet you for the first time, and because you're black and you're dressed like this, they assume like you probably sell weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you smoke weed, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
So they'll just come up to me and they'll ask me for it, and I'm like,
it's like, yo,
I
don't roll that way.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know, I might look like it, and they're shocked, you know, and then they're like intrigued and they want to get to know me.
Yeah, exactly.
And when they get to know me, then they're like, yo, you know, like
yo, this guy's on a different level. He's not that same generic. He's not a walking stereotype.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's good when people, a lot of people just judge the book by the cover. They just see you and they just assume, yeah, man, he's a black guy.
Yeah.
Look how he dressed. Probably owns a gun and he probably
he probably got gang affiliations all over the place. You know.
It's just this perception that they have is just crazy.
Yeah, well, for me, it's always great whenever you can break the mold like that. Whenever, you know, someone's perception of you or of your culture, your community, when you can counter that by just being genuine, being who you are, and all of a sudden people are like, whoa, you know what? Maybe I need to change my outlook. Exactly. Because you know what? Sometimes depending on where you come from, the community you grow up in, your background, you know, you let those hardships bring you down instead of trying to build yourself, you know? So it's always great to hear when guys don't let that stuff bring them down, doesn't let it degrade them, devalue what they bring.
You have a lot of black people walking around like the world owes them.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yo, we got to stop with this woe is me mentality, man.
Like,
all right?
If it was a black guy, it's because I'm black.
Yeah, Yo, because sometimes we hold ourselves down, man.
You know what? When you think about 20 years down the road, it's not going to be mixed kids on the road.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of blacks. There's a lot of interracial relationships right now. And when you look at it on the grand scale, everybody's going to be light-skinned in the future. Like that. Light-skin is taking over. So,
dark-skinned brothers, we're getting weeded out.
You know what I mean? So, like, the little race thing that's going on right now, I mean, it's not little. It's big. And, you know, people in power, like, impact, like, the lower class people a lot.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't like just dwell on that. Like we can't keep living in like 1970s and the 60s.
Yeah,
like you know,
true,
we gotta move forward. We're saying like
Exactly.
times have changed, you know. Obama's done his term and it's like we
And-
gotta move on. We gotta like pick ourselves up.
And you know what? It's like the fact that those times have changed, it means that we also, even if racism still exists, whether it's like below the surface or it's blatant in your face, we also have the opportunities to overcome that, to counteract that, and, you know, be a good representation of what the race, what the people represent, rather than, you know, continuing to live down to the same stereotypes. So, you know what, guys? Uplift yourself, educate yourself too, you know, and overcome that. All right, so now that you're doing your music thing, you know, you're all over the place in terms of promoting yourself, branding yourself. What do you feel is the most important thing when it comes to, you know, promoting, to marketing yourself?
I mean, there's a lot of key things, you know, like image is a big deal. Like, you know, you gotta like, you know, you gotta be on point and people gotta see you.
Yeah.
So whether it be on a picture or a little video clip or a music video or something, you're on a flyer or something, people gotta see you.
Gotta be able to put an image to the name.
Back in the day, it was just about what you hear. People just hear, like, you know, enough people hear like an artist and they've never seen him. They don't know what he looks like, but they just gravitate to the sound. This generation, and everybody's looking at their phone all day.
Yep,
like it's all about what you can see and what's gonna be viral. You know what I mean? So as time change, you're not like watering down yourself, but you gotta, you know, adjust to fit, like, you know, the clientele and the people that are gravitating towards you. You gotta like adjust and attract them in certain ways. As soon as you win them over and they know they gravitate to the music, now you can just be like, all right, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you gotta appeal to them in certain ways, like that they're looking for. Because everybody it's all about the eyes right now. It's all about the eyes, the phone. Like we spend so much time on our cell phones, like it's ridiculous.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Sometimes I get lost in my phone.
Yeah.
And I gotta catch myself and be like, yo, I've been on this thing for like 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
Non-stop, like.
Well, you know what? I always find it funny, those people, when it's like, without the phone, they're like walking zombies, man.
Trust
like
me,
they
man.
don't know,
Trust
you don't
me.
know
Can't
what to,
function.
or it's like you just need that fix. You're like a crackhead itching for it, you know.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, sometimes, you know what, guys, step away from the phone a little bit, you know. Enjoy some family time or something, you know. Get out there and enjoy a beautiful day or whatnot.
Trust me.
All right. So I know you got a lot of things that are going on in the works right now. Why don't you let everyone know some of the events you have coming up, how people can contact you, where they can reach you, and where to check out all your videos.
You know, my social media, for all social medias, it's at Supreme Solid, and Solid is spelled with a Y, SOLYD.
All right, don't forget that Y, guys.
At Supreme Solid with a Y.
Yeah.
You find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere at Supreme Solid with a Y. Supreme Solid everywhere.
There you go. What are some shows maybe you have coming up in the near future?
Coming up in the summer, I have this, me and my wife, because my wife is actually an amazing singer.
Wow.
She does, a lot of covers. And
your baby is going to be like super talented.
Everybody is saying that.
Man.
That'll
be an amazing thing. Like the baby might end up being like the agent, you know?
I know.
That's great, man.
Yeah, man. So we have that tour, Stages tour.
Yeah.
The Stages Tom tour. So it's like a tour from Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto.
Wow, nice.
So I think it's a 1 week tour. Mm-hmm. We do 3 stops, and we do I think 6 or so shows. So that's gonna be something to look forward to.
Okay, that's great.
And one of my partners, my business partners, and my team member. Yeah. His name is Jay Nice.
Yeah, I remember hearing that name when I was listening to the show. Yeah.
So he has this after work jam every Friday in the Durham region, because there's not a lot to do out there.
Yeah.
And the first official one was actually Friday that passed, and I was there.
Nice.
And, it was good. We had a
good vibes going through. Nice crowd. That's good
energy,
to hear. Yeah.
You just get to lay back and just socialize and chill,
All right, guys. So you know what? If you come to any of their shows, don't come with looking for a fight. All right. We want good, positive people coming in. Enjoy the vibes. Enjoy that nice energy. All right.
Yeah, man, sure.
Anything else you got?
Yeah, right now I have a couple like unconfirmed
so things that are
events. Yeah. Yep. So as soon as I get confirmation, I'll put it out there.
You let the people know.
Follow the social media. And
nice. That's good to hear. So and when can people expect the album to be officially released?
Officially, we're looking for August. Right around Caribana
So the second half of summer or so.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Well, definitely, I'm going to be looking forward to that, guys. For those of you out there, support this guy. Like I said, it's always good to see, young black man, if you want to put a race on it, doing something positive, taking advantage of the positive opportunities in his life. I wish you continued success, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
good Likewise.
It's good
Likewise,
to see.
Man.
Good to see that you're active and you're getting out there, because sometimes people, it's like they feel, well, I got the talent, but they don't want to promote themselves.
Exactly.
They don't want to get out there. You know what, guys? If you're not going to show excitement about what you're doing, don't expect anyone else to get excited about it, So it's great to see that you're being active, you're doing interviews, getting on shows, and continued success, man.
Yeah, man.
Guys, look out for that Intimacy EP dropping around August time. Go grab that. Check him out on social media. Check out all his videos on YouTube and whatnot. Support the cause, because this guy's doing good stuff in his life. So, T-Mac, Supreme, Tyrell, whatever it is, I wish you continued. When I first found out his real name, I was like, oh, that's what the T means.
Yeah, man.
But I wish you continued success, brother, and definitely looking forward. By the way, guys, they're also expecting a little bundle of joy. So, and if things go as planned, their baby's going to be born the same day as Mike and as my baby, you know? So,
that's crazy.
So that would be crazy, man. You know what?
See how the universe works,
man. That is amazing.
We all have something in common. And we all in this room.
You know?
We all end up here. So,
I know. So
it's crazy.
So you know what, guys? Definitely happy for you guys. Hope the rest of the pregnancy goes well. And yeah, continued success, man.
Yeah,
so guys, that was just our first ever interview with Mr. Supreme Solid. He came through here with his wife. So for those of you, go check him out, look him up all over the place. The guy is easy to find. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. You know, episode 43, Hood's Goods.
Sorry, folks. No more questions. We got to run.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Mike? Brent? One last question, please.
Okay, sure. One last question. One last question. But that's it.
So, you gave away a Nike Fuel band to Ivana after she won the Best Friends Challenge against Corey. Does this mean Hood's Goods is now sponsored by Nike?
No. Hood's Goods is not sponsored by Nike.
But we're not sponsored by Nike. Make it that what you will.
Hood's Goods. We're not sponsored by Nike. Oh, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Oh, man. For those of you who are just tuning in, guys, we just had an absolutely amazing interview, man. You know,
a great interview.
You know what, Mike? Like I always say, it is such a good thing whenever you see young black men doing something positive with their talents, you know?
Yeah, he was
like
every answer I was like,
man,
that's
exactly. That's what, you know, exactly,
great.
You know, and it excites you when you hear good answers like that too, you know, man.
Intelligent,
like, well thought out, like bright guy, and I mean, it's amazing. We just found this out behind the scenes, guys. His wife Elaine is actually a Juno Award winner.
Yeah,
wow, yeah.
Like,
I mean, if you want to talk about a child who was set up to be like an amazing superstar, like a singing, you know, like
we want a child to have it in their DNA.
Exactly. Like, I mean,
parents you need.
A Juno Award-winning mom who also sings and does her own stuff, and a talented singing musician dad. Like, those are like the perfect people to make a child
like
together.
That makes like a Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like that's gonna be like that's gonna be amazing, man. And I mean, it's even cooler. Hey, Mike, their child's expected due date is your birthday and Malachi's birthday.
Yeah.
Like
we were all just in one.
Yeah, man.
Like what a
it's
small
like
world.
What are small? Yeah.
And the steps that it took for all of us
to meet in this room together. Like, I mean, that is super cool. Her name's Elaine. My late grandmother, her name was also Elaine. And then after talking, like, you know, my first name is Alan. She has a cousin who's also named Alan. Like, I mean, just, you know, it's crazy to realize how the universe works sometimes, man. You know, but Mike, I want to talk about the interview on Thursday. Now, remember last week I announced that on Thursday, April 26th, I was going to be interviewed by thatchannel.com, right?
Yep.
Now, Mike, it was amazing. So I was on the Liquid Lunch Show hosted by Hugh Riley. Oh. And you know what? It was the thing I loved. The way they do their show is just like how we do ours, man. Nothing is scripted. We had some nice chairs set up, nice, area to record in, but nothing scripted. Everything straight off the top, man. You know, we just have like general topics that we want to discuss, but the questions, nothing written down, man.
Nice.
And he just gave me the freedom to just sort of go as I please, you know. So I got to talk about the book. I actually brought copies of the book for him and his partner Denise. Denise works behind the scenes. Hugh's the guy. Hugh's the face. You know. Yeah. He's also the owner of that company. So you know. I guess that's sort of a bonus. So hey, I own a company. I'm producing my own show. You know. But so yeah, it was, guys. It was so much fun. You know me. I try to come with a lot of energy. You know, and I will tell you this. I did a little bit of a reading from the book, from the first chapter, because I sort of set up the story and they wanted to hear it, right?
Yeah.
So I did the full Trini accent when my mom was mad at us, but it was lots of fun. I really enjoyed it. I would say definitely expect things from us, maybe going back on their show in the future. They definitely would like to have us back, And I made sure, Mike, you know what? I made sure everyone knew Michael Rosario.
Oh, thanks,
knew
man.
the name, all right? Because I may have embarrassed myself, but I made you look great, No, man, it was, I always tell people, I'm like, guys, there are two of us here, and the role that Mike plays in making sure this show comes together, I can't downgrade that ever, So yeah, I definitely had to shout out my partner in crime, let everyone know, hey, he wasn't able to be here today, but I'm going to represent him to two
do you know when the episode comes out or the
I believe it's already out.
Oh, man.
Because, get this, Mike, like literally the next day, two people already contacted me about the episode, and they're like, hey, we'd like to talk to you about your show.
Wow.
Like literally the next day, man.
As soon as we're done recording, I'm going to try to find it.
Yeah, man. So guys, go check it out. The Liquid Lunch Show, it's hosted by Hugh what am I saying? Not Hugh Laurie. That guy was House. That's not,
House interviewed you?
Yeah, House interviewed me. No, hosted by Hugh Riley. So guys, go check it out. Also, Mike, you know what was amazing? Our friend Jelani Daniels stopped through to show his support, man. So Jelani caught me completely off guard. You know what? I had a feeling he was gonna do that though, because leading up to the day of the recording, Jelani would text me. He was like, "Hey, so what day and time is your episode?" And I'm just like,
that's
I'm like,
specific.
that's very specific. That is very specific. Like, okay, I understand you wanting to know, okay, this is when Brent's going to be going on.
What day is your interview?
Yeah, what day is your interview?
No,
okay, it's this Thursday, But he wanted to know the exact time as well. So I'm like, okay, it's this Thursday at 1 p.m. He's like, okay, cool. Now he told me, he's like, I'll try to make it out there, right? But I was like, he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm just like, hey, if you make it, cool, but if not, don't, I'm not going to hold it against you, man. So the day of the interview now, I called him initially and I didn't get an answer. So I just sent him a text. I'm just like, hey, I'm here at the studio now. Just letting you know, I'm just getting ready for my interview, filling out some paperwork and whatnot. And he calls me back. He's just like, oh, so you're down there? Everything good? I'm like, yeah, man, everything's good. Wished him a good day. He wished me the same. He's like, I know I don't even got to wish you good luck on the interview because I know how you do, And all of a sudden, like literally 5 minutes later, the door opens. It's Jelani. I'm like, I knew you were going to pull this, but it was great, man. He was, he sat off in the background. He was there for the entire interview. His support. I mean, that guy, I told him, I'm like, Jelani is like the gift that keeps on giving, man. Like this, this guy, in fact, actually, a couple contacts of his have gotten in touch with me recently as well, wanting to come on the show.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, Jelani just keeps opening new doors, new opportunities, wherever that guy goes. He's just positive vibes everywhere, man. Oh, hold on, Mike. Hold on. There's a call coming in. We got a call coming in.
International ringtone.
I think. Mr. Sharon Fernando, is that you, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
Oh, my goodness. Now, guys, for those of you who weren't able to catch last week's episode, this is our international correspondent, Sharon Fernando. He is calling live from Sri Lanka. Sharon, what's going on over in Sri Lanka today, man?
Hey, man, we're celebrating Vesak, Lord Buddha's birthday and so forth.
Okay.
It's a pretty festive night. So I'm at the Gall Road, the equivalent of Young Street over there.
Okay.
Pretty busy, People are honking, a lot of people traveling here.
So people are just now. I was talking to you you said people are crazy with their horns over there, man.
Yeah, I mean, they use the horn like a whip. It's a boxing match.
Now, Sherrod, on last week's episode, you told us that, that stray dog was on the beach with you. By the way, thanks for sending in the pictures of the dog. We also saw that your hat was taken away by the wind. Now, were you able to retrieve the hat?
Yes. I mean, I will risk my life and live. Cat, Well, I had to wrestle people in Toronto to get it. I'm risking life to keep it.
Well, Sharon, you know what? We're glad you're alive and well. If it means you losing an arm for the hat, let the hat go. Just let it go. All right, man. So what's it? Yeah, oh, okay. I know. A bin pick hat is really special. I know, man. I know. All right. So were you able to catch up with the dog?
Well, I didn't go to see that bugger today, but on the street and there are more dogs here. You take it for granted here. Well, if you ever need some therapy, you just walk outside. There's always a dog.
Well, that's great to hear. Now, Sherrod, the next time you see the dog, make sure you say hello. For those of us over here at Hood's Goods, we want to send our regards to that dog. I mean, it's a beautiful dog. I don't know why is that a stray dog, Mike? That's a beautiful dog. That's a beautiful dog.
On the beach, they got no home.
Like, that is crazy, man. That is a dog I would like to take home.
By the way, a total seafood diet, mind you.
Oh, yes, of course. He must be loving the... You know what? Sharon, tell us about some of the foods you've been eating over there. Now, I'm sure there's a vast difference between what you were eating here in Canada and what you've been eating since you went back home.
Yes, basically there's an overload of coconut. Coconut by itself. There's coconut pickles.
Yeah.
There's coconut on everything.
There's coconut on everything.
Beach. All these fishermen coming onto the beach, especially in the morning, around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's always the best way to get it, though, man, isn't it? It's so fresh. It is so fresh, man.
Yeah, it's still wiggling when I
So,
it's cheap.
I think that's the best part. That's the best part. The price is right, man.
Right, it's right. As long as you're talking in dollars, though.
Of course. If it's anything more than that, I don't want it, man. All right, Sherrod. Thank you once again for calling in. What time is it over there right now?
It's 12:45 a.m.
Oh my goodness!
But it's a holiday today.
It's a holiday today. Aren't these guys lucky? I swear this guy has a holiday like once a week, man. Like, seriously, what is I wish we had some of those extra holidays over here, man.
Sri Lankans never go on vacation. You know why? Because they got 30 days of official holidays.
Oh my goodness! Wow, these guys never got to take vacation, man. They're just, hey boss, I'm not coming in the next 30 days. All right, go ahead and enjoy it. Man, imagine, Sharon, could you imagine if I did that at Nike? Oh goodness!
You can take 30 minutes off.
I know. You can't even 30 seconds sometimes, man. It's like, Alan, how come you didn't pick anything for 1 minute? Sorry, I was trying to count the units. Oh, man. But hey, Sherrod, thank you. I know, man. I know. Well, Sherrod, thank you so much once again for calling in. Guys, this is our international correspondent, Sharon Fernando, reporting live and direct from Sri Lanka. Sharon, we will catch up with you next week. Take care of that hat and send our regards to that stray dog on the beach.
I will.
All right. Have a good one, man. Take care. Go get some sleep now. All right, later, man. All right, guys. So that was just our international correspondent, Mr. Sharon Fernando. It's always, hey Mike, I mean, it's always good to get some input from Sherrod, man.
Yeah. Especially someone from around the world.
Yeah,
just someone across,
like
the other
dude,
side of the world.
It's like after,
hey man, what's up?
Yeah, what's going on over there in India, or in Sri Lanka? Sorry, it's just like it's crazy, But I mean, that is really cool of him to like be up like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, just so he can like be part of this show, man. I mean, that shows a lot of dedication. So
and as well, we were talking about this. You could actually take the phone call during the day. And we can record it. Like,
I know. Like I've told him that, but he's like, no, I want it to be live. Like he wants it live, So hey, he's just a dedicated gentleman, That's cool.
If he's up,
if he's up, cool, If not, hey man, we can talk another time.
Please,
Buddy, sure, don't worry. Like
if you're staying up for this, please.
It's okay, Sherrod. We can work around it, man. We can make it work. And I mean, especially too, when you have a newborn, that baby will keep you up anyways. I mean, just during the day when you're trying to like nap because you've been up all night. So, Sherrod, you don't need to exhaust yourself for the 5-minute segment.
But I love it. It's great.
But hey, it's great, man.
Everything you're doing.
I know, man. Like
the background noises. Are
dude, it's great, man. I always look forward to hearing from him, man. Whenever I see that call, I'm like, hey, there's our international correspondent, But yeah, Mike. I mean, getting back to it, the interview on the show was lots of fun. Like I said, Jelani came through, and I mean, I know he was having a good laugh when I was telling the first story from the book, and I was using the hard Trini accent when my mom was mad, and yeah, man, I mean, he was cracking up in the background because I'm sure he knows where I'm coming from with that whole, whenever mama gets mad, and if you're from the islands and you got that, that Trini accent or, whatever, Jamaican, whatever it is, when your mom gets mad and that tone, all of a sudden is like, civilized mom goes to like bush lady, But yeah, man, I mean, it was a lot of fun being on the show. Want to once again, send a nice thank you to, everyone down there at that channel. Thank you, Denise, for setting it up. And Hugh, I mean, hey, thanks for having me on, man. And also their co-host, Daryl. Daryl was also there with us. But you know what was good, Mike? We basically had to sacrifice, or they had to sacrifice, Donald Trump being on the show for Daryl being on the show. Apparently that's what happened. It was either Trump or Daryl. Hey, you know what? I'm glad Daryl was there.
Yeah. That's
Forget Trump. All right. Trump is trying to kill us with taxes right now. But yeah, man, it was an amazing interview. I mean, I always enjoy doing interviews. It's always cool when, hey, someone else is asking the questions.
Interested in your story,
in what you're doing.
How you
it's
man. Fun, man. Why not?
And I mean, Mike, they were asking for you, man. They were just like, where's the genius behind the scenes?
Oh man,
like they were.
Now I really have to listen.
Yeah, to man. Yeah, exactly. I dropped your name in there, man. Nice. I had to. But yeah, guys. I mean, go ahead. Check out their YouTube channel. That channel. Just look up that channel. They're on YouTube. They got a bunch of subscribers on there. And yeah, I mean, you guys can let me know. What'd you think of the interview? How'd I do? Was I terrible? I know, like, before we started recording, I was like, how's the shine on my nose? You know when you got that nose sheen going, man, and it's just like the lotion you put on is just reflecting the lighting so much. So I had to make sure the sheen was good, and fortunately it was just enough. It was
good enough.
Yeah. It was enough where it was still noticed, but it wasn't over sheened, But yeah, guys, go check it out. Let us know what you think. And you know what, Mike? Guess what? I got some good news this week.
What's some good news? Yeah.
We're going to do some more Sports Corner.
Oh.
And the good news is Toronto Raptors are moving on to the second round, man. We finished the series in 6 games, Mike. So it was great to see because I was a little nervous. Now, so this is on Friday, actually. So a couple days ago, the Raptors wrapped up their series against the Washington Wizards.
This is 27th.
The 27th, April 27th, yeah, the Raptors finished up their series, and you know what? It was a good team effort, man. Like usually you expect maybe guys like DeRozan to be like the top scorer, but DeRozan only had like 16 points, man. But Kyle Lowry had a good game, 24 points. But the team, it was a good overall team effort. I believe the final score was 102-92. And you know what? On top of them winning, I won $20 because of it. Because a coworker of mine decided to put money down that the Raptors were going to lose. And I said, I'll take that bet. I didn't even have to pull a 20 out, man. And it was one of those crisp 20 bills. Nice. It was a nice new one. He literally just got paid on Friday, and I took $20 of it right away. So thank you, Kristen, for that extra 20 in my pocket. It meant I didn't have to take out money to buy food after work. But yeah, the Raptors, good, hard-fought team effort, but I also have some disappointing news, Mike. Unfortunately, the Leafs lost in 7 games, man.
So like I'm driving and I'm listening to the play-by-play.
Yeah.
I get in the car and it's like Leafs are up by 2.
Yeah.
2. No, sorry, it was 2-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah. And then by the time I get in and girlfriend's sending me updates, and then
Leafs lose 7-4. Yeah. I was stunned, man. Now, I wasn't in the car like you getting play-by-play, but I was at work occasionally checking in, seeing the score. So I saw, hey, we're up 4-3. And I thought, okay, we just hold on. Just have to hold on, man.
I'm new to sports, but I feel like this is a Toronto thing.
Yeah.
Where even if we're winning in a game, they're like, no.
Yeah, they're like, no, that's a Toronto city. That's a Toronto city.
Is it just a Toronto thing? Like other sports teams don't go through this?
I don't know, man. It seems like Toronto FC is the only ones that seem to be able to overcome it lately, you know?
Like if we're winning at the start,
it's just like, nope. Hold on. Those Torontonians are getting happy. Nope. Shut it down, you know. But yeah, like I saw we were up 4-3. I thought we were going to be able to just hold on.
That seems like we're
and then, you know, but okay, it's one thing you see you're up 4-3. You know, maybe it's like you feel okay if it's like you lose 5-4. You know, all right, a couple goals went by, but you only lost by 1. But to see that we lost 7-4 was like, what, guys? What happened?
Yeah, guys,
come on! Like, what happened?
Like we fell apart.
I mean, four goals
I missed so many gaps in the game, and I just come back. It's like, what?
Yeah, like you're just confused after. You're like,
am I listening to the same game?
Yeah, like 4 unanswered goals. And we end up losing 7-4, man. Like that, I was surprised. But you know what? I'm not surprised that we lost because I did think Boston was going to win overall, just based on the veteran experience they have. They you know, in recent years, Boston has won a cup. And they have that veteran experience, you know. And I always feel like in sports, very rarely do you hear about the young guys winning right away. You know, it's like you got to lose before you win in sports, you know. Very rarely do you hear, okay, you know, team filled with rookies or like first year and 2-year players win the Stanley Cup, you know, or, you know, like, okay, a team of youngsters wins the World Series, you know, like it's not the norm to hear that. Usually you hear about, okay, there are veterans. It's like a veteran team that, you know, the experience of the team, you know, propels them to win it all, you know? So I did expect us, you know, to lose, but when I saw we were up 4-3, I thought we were going to hold on. But it's like, you know, the owners of the league said, okay, shut it down, guys.
Betting is just right.
Yep, betting's just right. Vegas is cashing in right now. Shut her down, you know. But hey, you know what, guys? Good job anyways. I mean, no one expected us to even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we did, but I think we definitely were close to setting a franchise record for most points.
Oh.
Because we crossed 100 points. I think they ended up with like 103 points for the season or so. And I mean, yeah, it was either they were really close to. I know they had the opportunity to do it. They had to win the last couple games of the regular season or something. But I mean, bravo. I mean, to put together a 100+ point season is incredible, you know, especially when we were expected to not even make the playoffs. So, you know what? Still want to congratulate the Leafs. They still did a good job overall. It's just, hey, it wasn't in the cards, Mike. It wasn't in the cards. But hey, you know what, Mike? We're gonna take a commercial break, and when we come back, I think I feel something building up inside, Mike.
Oh no!
I feel a certain amount of aggression.
Oh no!
A certain amount of fire.
I see.
You know, and I think I might have to just let it out after this commercial break.
Yeah,
so
hold that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bottle it up right now. I don't want it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold it. We're gonna take a final commercial break, and we'll be right back after this break.
So, Brent, what's the name of your book again?
Straight Hood.
Oh, and who sponsors Straight Hood?
Straight Hood.
So, Straight Hood is sponsored by Straight Hood.
Yeah, that's right. Bookception. Oh, welcome back, guys. Welcome back, Mike. I feel something building inside.
So, Brent, why are you so angry?
Mike, people who want to wake you up while you're sleeping. That's what's got me irked this week, Mike. That's what has me steaming mad this week. You know why? Because look, if you can't fall asleep, why you gotta come wake me up? What have I done to you? What have I done to you to ruin your sleep? You can clearly see I am fast asleep. So why you gotta wake me up, huh? You know what my motto is, Mike? Sleep is sleep. All right? And for those of you who don't know what that means when someone's sleeping, you let them sleep.
That makes sense.
You let them sleep. You know, am I being out of line?
No. If you're sleeping and then someone's like, "Oh, hey, are you sleeping?" I can't fall asleep. Like what?
Like why would you disturb me then? Like it's not like the reason you're not sleeping is because I'm not sleeping. I'm asleep. Just guys. If you're one of those people, stop it. Stop.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jonah does that to me. So last night we're just relaxing on the couch, and she falls asleep, and then it's like midnight, and it's like, oh, she wakes up, like, oh, let's go to bed. So we go to bed, and then she's like, I can't sleep now. I took a nap. I'm like, that's not my fault. You fell asleep downstairs.
Jonah's got nothing to do with it.
Nothing. Why can't
stop it, Jonah?
So why do we both have to be up?
Why? Why do I gotta be tired? Like, do you not see
you're
these?
The one who took the nap. That's
do you
not my fault.
Yes. Do you not see these bags under my eyes right now? I want to sleep.
I always do this thing when she's doing it. She does this often, and I go shh.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I do to Malachi to put him to sleep. So you know what, guys? For those of you out there, if you're disturbing someone while they're sleeping, just stop it. Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. Because you know what? That's downright disrespectful. You're being disrespectful. I'm like, that's what's got me angry today.
That's got me angry now.
Yeah. Jonah, stop it. But actually, you know what, Mike? You know what's funny? Remember the first ever Angry Black Guy?
Yep. Okay.
I talked about people pressing the stop button on the bus when it's pulling into the station and there's absolutely no reason to. You know what, Mike? It's almost like people heard it and they've been intentionally doing it since then. Mike, I have literally seen an explosion of people pressing the stop request button, pulling into the station now. Guys, it's not going anywhere. Like, the driver has to let everyone off. But I swear, it's like, yo, I think that's that angry black guy. I think that's him. Press it. Next stop, Kennedy Station. Ding! And like every time I catch
He's so angry.
every time, Mike, I catch myself just doing one of these, like, you know, you just your head goes on a swivel. You're like, who did it? Who did it? Which one of you in the back did it? You know, but hey, I guess I just got to deal with that sometimes. Yeah. But oh man, you know what? Guys, we want to thank everyone for tuning into episode 43 of Hood's Goods. I want to thank definitely Supreme Solid. Now, guys, go check out everything that he's a part of. He was here with his wife, Elaine. They're expecting a baby girl in the next couple months. And so that's always a beautiful thing, isn't it? And guys, they have a nonprofit organization going, and it's for actually abuse. It's an anti-abuse nonprofit
Check the
organization.
description of this episode.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely include it in there. Exactly.
We're still waiting on the info.
Yeah. So we're gonna get it from them, but you guys will definitely see it once the post has been posted. Guys, go out there, support what they're doing. I mean, I think they're in the process of creating like the next Whitney Houston. It's going to be a girl, right? So, I mean, father is a musician, you know, multi-talented guy, makes good music, positive guy, you know, he's not there about the bang, bang, shoot 'em up. He's not part of that lifestyle. Mother, Juno Award winner. Like, I mean, like, and she's, you know, equally talented, if not more. You know what, Mike? We should have had her on.
Why
we have you on, man? Who's Supreme? We want Elaine, you know. But no, guys. Definitely. She actually said she would want to come on at a later episode and talk about what she's doing. So that's really cool. So guys, look forward to that in the future. In the time being, go check out all the videos he's got posted on YouTube. Again, it is Supreme Solid. That is SOLYD, not I. He's like Mike, you know. Mike couldn't just put diamonds. He had to put a 0 in there.
It's the new world. All names are taken.
Yeah, I know. That is true. That is true. So guys, go check out his stuff. Support what he's doing. Like we said, we will post about their nonprofit organization, because that's an amazing thing as well. That's a power couple, man.
Oh man, yeah.
That's a power. Mike, we had our first, actually probably our second. Maybe Corey and Ivana were the first power couple, you know. But this is a power couple that's together. They're married, you know. They're not. Yeah. So this is the first official power.
I have so many. I want them to come back when their baby's
born.
The
baby's born,
and my thought about just being musician parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you push your kids?
Do you push? Like, yeah, you know.
This is C. You hear that? That's C.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a C flat. Yeah, you know. Well, I imagine. Because, you know, the fact that they're doing music anyways, I mean, the baby can already hear. Like, once
but so these little things.
Yeah,
like,
the little,
hey,
do you teach them the little nuances
you press,
about
piano key? Like,
exactly. You know
like
what?
The touches and
exactly.
Like,
you know, this is how you strum a guitar or something. Yeah,
right?
You know what, Mike? But hey, it's better to push that on them than like a bag of drugs.
Oh, yeah.
So it's here's how you do blow or so, you know. So yeah. So I mean, but that would be something interesting to ask them when they come back.
Questions to musician parents.
Musician parents, you know. But it's a wonderful thing. His mom, you know, sparked his interest in music, and you know, it led to him finding his wife, who is also a musician, having a child who I could only imagine, like, dude, I mean, to have a daughter who's the child of two musicians, two artists. I mean, that child is gonna be like, oh man, that's gonna be like the next music phenom in Canada, you know. But so yeah, guys, support what he's doing, what they're doing. Of course, we want to continue to send our thank yous to Knowledge Bookstore, because I don't know how they put up with us, Mike. I don't know how they do, but they do. They continue to support us. So thank you to everyone out there, guys. You want to check us out on social media. Hood's Good Show. That is on Twitter and Instagram. You can pretty much burn the Twitter one. We've essentially just thrown a match to it and let it go up in flames. But it is still active.
If you're someone out there that you're like, yo, I could manage your Twitter account.
Yeah.
Holler at us.
Holler at us, man. We're here.
Yeah.
Holler at your boys.
If you're into the social media side, taking that in school.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just want to learn it and stuff. Please,
guys, we have no issues bringing on interns.
No idea what we're doing.
Really, I mean, I thought I was starting to figure it out, and I'm just like, no, I'm back to square one again. I realize I've erased the drawing board. It is back to square one because social media, I just haven't gotten it yet.
I get Instagram. We get, hey, you put a photo and you
post and whatnot. But
that makes sense.
But I mean, I get the gist of it. I just don't get anything outside. What are we not doing? But hey, it is what it is. Thank you for those of you who follow the show. Hey, Mike, I heard from Fuse the other day.
Oh man.
Yeah, he was asking what we were doing on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. We were messaging back and forth, and I was like, you know what? Today, when I meet up with Brent, I will talk to him.
Yeah.
So yes, after this,
Fuse, we're gonna talk. All right, but you know what, guys? Continue to support the show. Follow us on Instagram and whatnot. And if you want to get in touch with him, he is Michael Rosario, looking rather dapper in his suit. And if you want to get in touch with me, I am Brent with 2 T's Hood that's on Facebook, guys. And I am wearing my own t-shirt. My own Straight Hood t-shirt. Hey, why not? Why not, Mike? Why not? Guys, for those of you who want to check out that interview, that thrilling interview I did for that channel, go check out their channel, that channel. That's a bit of a tongue twister.
Check out
their channel, that channel. Their channel, that channel. All right, so go check them out, guys. I guess maybe look for either Brent Hood or just look for the picture of me, and and let me know what you thought of it. I introduced them to the crackhead of weed heads, Mike. That's how I came across. But yeah, guys, once again, we want to thank everyone. Sharon Fernando, our international correspondent, keep doing your thing over there in Sri Lanka, man. We enjoy getting that call each week, getting the updates on those stray dogs and your lost hat. And now we know that they honk like crazy over there. All right, so you know what, Mike? We got to go there one time and meet up with them in person, and just do just walk down the street and just do an episode while walking down the street. That'd be crazy. But so yeah, guys, for now we are signing off. You guys know who I am, Brent Hood. He is Michael Rosario, and we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Girl, you do na 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 na. Troublesome, troublesome, troublesome. Troublesome. You see that style you a do there with the bubble gum. Sexy girl, please me I beg you some. Like a seat belt, you fi buckle down. Nah stop, give them it, still me knuckle numb. Inna the dance, you no stop cause problem. And me know just how fi solve them. Tick a little, make your back bend. This a coffee number 1 inna the top 10. Oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome. Girl you a trouble, you fi stop cause troubling now. Oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome, oh you so troublesome. Girl you a trouble, you fi stop cause troubling now. Baby you have the flat belly, you soft like a jelly, she tough like coconut. What? She come a dance on the hype and she in a flip flop and the heel back a crack. Ha! And pan your knee, take your time and go down. Then you dip to the floor and you squat. Stop. 1 foot in the ear, cause you physically fit, girl. Call that 6 o'clock. Oh, you're so troublesome. 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 Girl, you a trouble. You be stop cause troubling now. Oh, you're so troublesome. 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 Girl, you a trouble. You be stop cause troubling. Girl, you bad and you mischievous and you know fi do the things me love. And anyway you got the things seal up. And me can't drop asleep cause you keep me up. The more you give, the more I want. Step in a the video light cause you don't like that. A girl a back off and you tell her you don't like that. And where you come from? Oh my, oh you're so troublesome. 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 Girl you a trouble. You be stop cause troubling now. Oh you're so troublesome. 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 Girl you a trouble. You be stop cause troubling now. Troublesome. 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 Too troublesome.